Welcome to the Effects Loop. I'm Diaz.
I'm Blake.
I'm Scott.
And we're keeping you in the loop of the guitar community.
And apparently a lot of other stuff too.
Yeah, lots of energy. This episode is brought to you by Big Ear Pedals. Go to bigearpedals.com. Check out our great friends. Blake, you're friends with Big Ear Pedals.
I'm very good friends with Big Ear Pedals. When is this episode going to release?
The second.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay, then I can't tell you what I was going to
I
tell
know you, but you got a package from them.
I did.
And
I'm looking at it right now.
I'm kind of hoping it's the thing that I got to hear that me and AWOL got to help AB while I was out in Nashville.
Then it is that thing.
Oh, okay. All right. So listen, everyone, you guys are going to be really excited. So do they have a release date that you could tease?
The 9th.
All right. So if you're listening to the second, so this will be, if you're catching up like a week later, we could talk about it next week though, but go check out bigearpedals.com on the 9th to get some cool new stuff going on.
Yep. I think if you are plugged into the pedal internet, you probably won't be able to avoid it on the 9th.
I'm hoping so.
I can't wait for everyone complaining in every gear group about what's the deal with all these releases happening on the same day.
You know what? Yeah. I think the people who actually like pay attention to Big Ear Pedals though aren't going to be those people, because usually those people are the ones that are complaining about like Fender, or like Grandpa Joe's on there going, "What's all these Fenders in my face?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it'll probably be. I think some people will want to watch most of these videos, actually, even after they know what it is, to see the YouTubers' reactions. Right. Because I don't like unboxing videos. I never watch them. But I'm going to watch this because their reactions are going to be funny.
So, that's why Grant messaged me and asked me if I knew any YouTubers who were like people who did unboxings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm piecing things together from what I've gathered. So everyone's going to be, you know what? You're not going to be disappointed. So February 9th, go check out bigearpedals.com. You can check out beforehand and buy other things.
Actually, don't you know of a little secret way that people might be able to know a little sooner than other people?
I know of a couple few secret ways. The free ways are to join the Tone Mob text chat and the newsletter. That's going to be the second people to know. But the first people to know will be the patrons of the Tone Mob podcast. So they will be knowing.
Yeah. And so, like, how do you know about the Tone Mob podcast, Blake?
Well, my other personality actually hosts it. And so we talk to each other once in a while.
So I have a feeling if you're listening to this podcast, you probably already know who Blake Weiland is. As some of us refer to him as the Godfather. Listen, this man.
That's just you.
I was probably just me, but that's because he let me control his Instagram for a few days, and that was really cool. Like, and he had to like text me. He's like, "Slow
that was ill-advised.
down.
Yeah.
Slow down.
I was like a kid, like on meth in a candy shop. Like, it was absolutely insane. I was like, "Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff going on everywhere." Like, yeah. that was like my first, my second Summer Nam. That's whenever I brought Cardboard Blake.
Yep, the legendary Cardboard Blake. I still have his head. Wherever he is. He's here
that's
somewhere.
Mark Johnson cut it off, didn't he? And we left the body in the bathroom at Summer Nam.
Yes.
Hashtag.
I think I cut it off. I think Mark held it down.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And that happened right in front of the Big Ear Pedals. Wow, full circle, guys.
Look at that. Look at that.
Let's see. Well, Blake, you've already kind of talked about like what's new. Oh, really quick. Also, this episode is brought to you by our Patreon supporters. Go to patreon.com/theeffectsloop and you can join the few, the proud, the Patreons, the very few, the very few, the slightly proud patrons. All right. Scott, do you have anything new this week? We'll just kind of like try to pass this because we're doing speed run on gear news this week.
Yeah. Did I mention I got a new color box?
Oh, the V2?
Yeah, I got the V2. I sold my V1 and I bought a V2.
What do you think?
I haven't plugged it in yet. I got it and then promptly headed out of town for a week, so I haven't had much of a time to play with any pedals.
I really want a color box because I want to do the like DI straight into board like Beatles sound, because I remember when the V1 came out, that was a big thing, like with the with some of the demos was that sound, and I like the direct to board kind of sound.
So I'll put it this way: if you're a bass player, I like it better than a Sans amp as a direct solution. If you are recording with a microphone, I think it sounds fantastic as an option. I use it to sweeten. When I was doing some captures and stuff like that for my, what do you call it? The modeling amp thing I use.
Quad Cortex?
Yes, that. And what's the other one that I use?
The Helix?
Kemper.
No.
Yes, the Kemper.
No, I don't think. Scott, have you been on the Helix journey at all?
I have used Helix.
Okay.
I've never actually used a full-size one. I've only messed around with a Stomp.
Okay. I like the Helix. I don't have any issues with it. I kind of want one.
For a $500 amp in a box solution, it's pretty stellar.
Especially the effects and everything. I mean, honestly, just having the delays and reverbs on there and just kind of taking care of everything. I mean, even some of the drives in that system are pretty good. I know they have a Timmy drive that's fantastic, and the Klon's pretty good in there too.
Yeah, or as a stereo amp with a stereo effects loop option. I mean, there's tons of great things you can do with it. I mentioned I got an Iridium, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I will say I think I like the sound of the Iridium more than I like the sound of an Ajax Stomp. But from a functionality way and price point, I mean, I use Stomp as one of the best deals in the market right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, I need to get one because I ordered some stuff from Sweetwater that's coming in a few days.
You keep saying you ordered stuff, but you sent me the tracking number on it, and I know your zip code, so I'm able to look up statuses on it.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
So I'm gonna. So the surprise.
I tried to rewrite the package. That's what I tried to do.
Yeah. So all right. So I just want to point out too, like I love Sweetwater because my salesman is someone that I've known before he was a salesman at Sweetwater. So it's the only place I call. He answers the phone. He goes, "Oh, hey, Daddy Diaz." The Guitar Center doesn't give you that love. That's all.
That's
I'm
right.
saying. No one's calling me Daddy at Guitar Center.
No, they're saying stop playing that riff. Get out of here.
They're like, I'm not calling you daddy. I'm calling the Department of Homeland Security because this is harassment.
Sir, we told you you cannot come in here without pants on.
This isn't the website.
But you're my daddy. But you're my daddy. Come in my belly.
Yeah. So no.
Wow, this turned into fat bastard really quickly.
I eat because I'm sad, or I'm sad because I eat, and I eat because I'm sad. All right. So I finally did it. I've been talking about it for almost a year now. I ordered a new board. I did tell you. No, I told someone else what it was. I got the.
No, actually, I do know what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the Trio 43. I got the Big Daddy. I'm going full space.
Is 43 bigger than a PT Pro?
I believe it is.
That's a big board.
Yeah, I'm really excited because I'm going to finally put my Rotosphere on my board.
Important question. Can you lift that without throwing out your back?
No, that's why I have children. So I'll get the little one to get one end, the middle one gets the other, and they'll have to team effort that thing up.
Do you have a gig bag for that, or is it going to be a hard case?
I haven't ordered a case yet because I'm not playing anywhere right now, and I really was just kind of trying to pace my spending. The gig bag's only like $110.
That's not bad.
No, and the hard case is like $400 if you get the Temple Audio one, but I'm sure you could easily get one made by a different company for a little bit less. But I have no need for a flight case, really. I mean, I'm not
about what you need, okay? It's about what your heart desires.
It's more about what I can show off on my Instagram and get more likes.
Yeah.
That's the real point of being a guitar player.
There's no other reason. There's no other reason.
I actually don't know how to play guitar. I've just been collecting them for a while now just to hang out with everyone.
I mean, that is almost more fun than playing the instrument sometimes. Let's be totally honest.
Like it's almost like we sit around and just talk about guitars, and then people will give us money to just sit around and talk about guitars. That's where we all look at the camera and break the fourth wall.
Yeah, I've been playing guitar in churches that, get like, I don't know, 600, 700 people a week through there.
Oh, are you trying to get a sponsorship? Because no. That's the way to do it.
The sad part is I go to places and no one has any idea who I am if I don't have a guitar on me. Like I'm on stage every other week at these churches, and no one in the congregation even recognizes me. So that shows you just like how lack of recognition you get when you actually play at places.
No, you just got to get a better personality.
That was hurtful.
Damn, I'm sorry. That was rude. That was mean. Wow. I don't know where that came from. Maybe some built up resentment because you're so dang tall and gorgeous. All right, let's move on to gear news because we got to speed run this thing. Blake has stuff to do.
All right, are we putting a timer?
Blake is an important man. He has stuff and things. We can do timer if you want, and then everyone gets one pass.
Oh, we're doing timer? This is going to be interesting.
Oh, yeah. We'll do what, like 90 seconds?
We can do 90 seconds.
I mean, I'm used to only just going for 90 seconds, so this will be perfect.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, that totally was a joke. All right, so the Chief Disruptor has. Do we have the timer ready, Scott? I'm sorry.
It's up. Oh, we actually have cameras on this week, so I can just push this in your face.
Look at that.
Oh my. Oh well, but how are we going to look at the thing?
You don't have multiple tabs open?
Well, yeah, I just use the tabs thing. I don't.
You burned 30 seconds of this.
All right, I guess we're not talking about whatever. I can't find it now. Dang it! What is going? I don't need.
This is how you last 90 seconds, right, isn't it?
Oh my gosh! Yeah, it's called. This is Gear News Foreplay. The Chief Disruptor has arrived. It's KMA Machine's new fuzz distortion pedal. It looks absolutely insane.
Looks
I can
awesome.
tell you about that.
Their artwork is always on point.
It is. It's so legit.
I love the large knob. I love the different size knobs. I don't know why different size knobs. It makes it feel more like a control board.
And the layout is very aesthetically pleasing. Like even if it was a bare enclosure, it's very aesthetically pleasing the way the knobs and switches are configured. I like that.
Yeah, based on looks alone, this looks like a fantastic pedal. Did anyone have a chance to listen to it yet?
No, but it does say, that epically huge and super saturated tone. Some might call it big and muffy.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But it's got a top boost circuit in it, too, that you can switch on and off, which is pretty dope.
Didn't they have a big muff top boost?
And that's time.
All right, we're going to give it a couple more seconds because half of the time was totally me just going, I love muff circuits with a lot of control because that's one thing I don't enjoy about muff circuits is the lack of control. Granted, most people with fuzzes want to keep it simple, but I'm weird with fuzzes. I like getting more treble out of my fuzz, and I like it whenever you have a whole lot of control. But this looks fantastic.
Yeah,
and
they nail that stuff.
The price point isn't that far off.
So what? It's 130. Is that pounds?
It's 179 pounds.
Oh yeah, wow, 179 pounds,
which is $242, which is not
200.
Dude,
that's not horrible.
Pedals now are $220 to $250. Like that is
no.
That is the price point of boutique pedals now.
I was upset about my conversion process. I was like, so that's like what $200 and it's actually $240. I was way off. So
yeah, that's the thing. I think that with few exceptions, that is true. We're seeing the prices push up to that level. And, Wampler and I actually talked about it on Chasing Toad probably a month ago, where he said he did the inflation calculator real quick. And he was like, if I just kept up with inflation, like just since he started to now, he's like, my average price point should be $280.
Right.
And so, the fact that it's been able to be $199-ish for so long is actually kind of impressive.
Well, the great thing about the great thing about boutique pedal companies for the most part is they're ran by musicians who want to make things accessible. Like not just in the fact that they want to get their pedals out there, they want their pedals accessible to normal musicians, and it's not always about making the big bucks and everything. I mean, and honestly, if you think about it too, whenever it comes down to just if you're able to put more out there, you can still make pretty decent money. But a lot of the pedal builders, it seems like they just really do care about making it where people can get their pedals. Now, when you get the bigger companies, they start worrying more about the dollars and cents of how much we're making and all like that. Not saying Brian doesn't care about how much he's making. I'm sure he's very mindful of that. but like you said, they're not keeping up with inflation. They're keeping things around the same ballpark, and they're making it where people like me can afford to get them.
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of pedals that people like Diaz can't afford to get, Jackson Audio has now teamed up with Corey Wong to launch the Optimist, a MIDI-controlled dual overdrive that combines a Timmy and a Klon.
I'm really shocked there's not a compressor in it. Like, I'm 100% shocked that one side. I know they just did like a compressor overdrive, but still, like Corey Wong, like when you hear him, all you hear is like clean compression.
Yeah, you don't really think of Corey Wong with a overdrive at all, but
Not really.
He's been tooling around with one a little bit more. First off, this comes in at $350.
That name, I'm telling you, that not the Jackson Audio name, that Corey Wong name, and I mean, but it's a dual overdrive, and that, I'm guessing it's very smart. Like it does quite a bit more than just on the surface stuff, because everything I've seen from Jackson Audio and I've owned before has always had like deep dive stuff, and
yeah, so
I don't think that's horrible.
You know, my grievance with the Jackson Audio stuff is their MIDI tends to be CC commands only, so you can you can move a knob or something like that. You can't create presets.
Yeah,
and that always kind of takes me off.
Well, let's get a hold of Brad. Let him know how you feel.
Yeah, because I'm sure Brad Jackson loves hearing about strangers at the internet who have complaints about his products from everything we've seen over the last couple of years. So
I was going to say, well, he's done a lot to ignore all that stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Listen, my favorite thing is seeing Brad Jackson interact with someone on Facebook complaining about a product, because the whole time I'm just sitting here like flipping a coin, like, which way is it going to go? Which way is it going to go? I mean, like if it was Mike Fuller, you know which way it's gonna go. But like Brad, it's like you're either getting like super nice, awesome, or you're getting like Mike Fuller stuff. And
yeah, it's really hard to gauge. Yeah,
I feel like I'm gonna go start just complaining about Jackson Audio products randomly, just see if I can get him to engage.
I mean,
that would be kind of a D-bag move, but hey.
Okay, I'll throw this out there. How accessible is a Timmy right now? Can you just buy them?
Yeah, I think you can just buy the MXR one.
Okay, there's that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I know that because Paul's really been working hard on the Tim V2. So I think that the Timmy has kind of fallen wayside because the MXR has put that out and is continuing that legacy. And then that gives Paul the time to work on the Tim.
Because to my knowledge, and I keep checking on this, the Klon KTR V2 has not come out yet, despite it being reported that was coming out weeks ago.
It's coming out after the boost and right before the JHS Seesaw.
Yeah. So this is combining two pedals that you can't really get, but at the same time, there's tons of clones.
So my question is, how do they
clones and whatnot? So
I wonder if they're using the Timmy, if they're saying Timmy, and like, because I mean,
it's inspired by the Timmy. I don't think they actually just call it OD2.
I don't think they asked Paul what he thought about it.
Right.
I think they just did it. I don't know that for a fact. That is pure conjecture on my part, but it would appear that is the case.
Well, I mean, honestly, it could have been the person who wrote the article just used the word Timmy, and that's not Jackson. I didn't see Jackson's website, so I can't tell if that's actually it. But yeah, that would be interesting if they use the name Timmy, because like I feel like Paul's one of those people. Paul's one of those builders that like is kind of. I just feel like he's highly respected because he kind of does his thing. He's kind of like Mike from Analog Man, like where he does his thing, he puts them out, you know, that's cool. And I feel like anyone who kind of messes with him is just like, let's not do that, bud. like let's just not. Like I feel like there's just a few builders that are like kind of off limits. And I think Paul kind of falls under that. Probably maybe because I'm just like friends with them on Facebook, and every once in a while I like to watch them rant, and it's always a lot of fun.
You know what brand I'd seen nothing but good news from and seems to be on the rise right now?
I'm guessing Jam Pedals.
Jam Pedals. And you know what they just did?
What'd they do?
They came out with the Mark III version of the Delay Llama, adding tap tempo and subdivision toggles.
Cool. What didn't we talk about a Jam Pedal last week?
I think we did. But we talked about so many things last week, I don't remember it anymore.
Yeah, I've slept since then. So I just love the name, the Delay Llama. Like that's
fun. That is fun.
It's a great sounding delay too.
Yeah, I love. I mean, great. It does some things that usually get on the pedal and tap. You got subdivisions. Besides that, it's just pretty basic, but it sounds fantastic.
Yeah. Hey, Diaz, turn off your camera. You're clipping.
Oh, my. Oh, I thought you saw that. Never mind.
Oh, no.
Should I turn mine off too?
You can do whatever you want. But yeah, it does also include a bucket brigade chip from Panasonic. So you got all that great analog goodness in this thing. So I know they come in a little pricier than, let's call it, the American-made boutique ones, but definitely give them a look if you do have a vendor nearby.
No,
I like.
It's not really that pricey.
Oh, sorry. Okay, never mind. I don't want to say it.
Okay, it's okay. No, say it.
I'll
tie it in.
The jam pedals, I think always sound really good. But for me personally, I don't love how they look. It's kind of the opposite of the KMA, where I'm like, everything KMA does looks awesome to me.
Yeah.
The jam pedals, I'm always kind of like,
it sounds
awesome. It sounds awesome and functionally looks great, but it's not my vibe aesthetically in general. That's
what's my vibe aesthetically in general?
What?
Fender launching a new affordable hammer tone range of pedals.
Is it though?
You know what? Honestly, I love
all I'm gonna be things amp knob.
Yeah, I like the amp knobs. I'm sorry. So I had Ben from Electromotive Sound Co. He built me a custom overdrive pedal, and it's Pelham Blue with SG knobs. So like I like when people get a little crazy with the knobs. So do the knobs light up, or is that just the mushrooms?
They're just colored. My thing is they went with this hammer tone vibe, right? Which I'm okay with. I think that's
which they've done before. Yeah, they've done that line.
They should have just used the classic amp knob and not did these colors.
These are kind of a play on the Silverface era, but like it's not at the same time.
Yeah.
So
like for instance, the metal one looks the best to me because it all flows.
Because it's black.
Yeah, because it's black. Everything works
like
well.
My soul.
Just like how I like my coffee. Yeah.
All right. So can we just talk about Fender launching 9 pedals all at once?
I mean, I'm surprised that people haven't complained that all of the demo videos have come out. Are they all going to come out at once?
I haven't really had a chance to do much of a deep dive on any of these yet.
Me either. I kind of just looked at them and was like, cool, I would like to play those sometime. I am genuinely excited about it because
for under $100 you can buy new knobs. They're
cheap, and Fender in lately, not traditionally, but lately, yes. I've really liked the Fender pedals. I had a Marine Layer reverb, and if it wasn't for the size, I would have kept that. Mm-hmm.
They've done really well. Fender's done really well of putting out what seems to be, besides they've got their hit and misses. They're a large company that has a lot of spots putting stuff out. But for the pedals recently, where they had the line previously, it was fantastic.
Yeah,
the aesthetics.
The Pugilist is an underrated dirt pedal. I think people got turned off by it, thinking, or not turned off. The size, it's big, but it's also a 2-in-1 to a degree. But I think the main problem with it is they labeled it as a distortion, and I consider it definitely in the overdrive category for me.
And also those pedals are not well shaped for pedal boards, in my opinion. They don't follow the normal form.
Right.
So
I like them though. Like I like the way they did the battery boxes on them. And
yes,
some of those
the battery boxes, because they do like the kind of like Way Huge, right? Is it Way Huge that has them?
I thought Way Huge you had to unscrew.
No.
Or is it something like isn't Way Huge it's a clip in, isn't it?
Yeah. How is theirs? What am I missing?
Fender's just had a spring on a hinge, and it just flips right open, and there you go.
Oh, that's right.
Isn't it like a magnet door too? Or maybe I'm wrong about that.
I think it clasped in some way. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've used one.
It was sturdy, but it was easy to open. It was
I like the knobs. I like the knobs lighten up. That was cool.
Yeah, that was fun.
They had great features. So these we've got 9 new ones. Diaz, you want to read the list?
Yes, I love lists. We've got distortion, overdrive. We've got a delay, reverb, flanger, fuzz, metal, chorus, and then a space delay, which I'm guessing is kind of like a reverb delay, like kind of like a space echo. Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing the blue delay is closer to like a digital delay.
Yeah, that's a safe assumption, I think.
What are the we've got types and mods. So no, it's probably an analog. It might be analog, because it's got modulation.
Does it have a buffer brigade?
I bet you it's not analog. I bet you it may be analog voiced, but I bet you.
Well, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. I don't think it's really analog. Not for under $100. I mean, they're all of these. Most of these are like $80. Oh wait, never mind. Hold on one second. So I just happened to scroll down. I've only seen the knobs from like a front-facing point of view.
Yeah, they're tall.
These look like, they look like giant, like, be like in a weird sex shop.
Is there any other kind?
I feel like maybe you remember whenever you were a kid and you went to the video rental store and there was that spot in the back that you weren't allowed to go to, and now as an adult you realize what it was because it was a family place and all the perverts had to go to the back. I feel like you'd have to go to the back to get this pedal.
Plus it's
cheap. Very long, but yeah, and plus it's cheap. I said delay pedal. The delay.
Keep talking. Go ahead.
The delay pedal we were talking about, the blue one, is digital but does feature analog drive-through. Great if you're using a complex. Well, it's supposed to be complex, but they put complex, wet dry rig, or just want to retain the analog nature of your dry signal. There are controls for delay mix, time, and feedback, as well as 2 toggle switches to switch delay voices and engage modulation, respectively. That's $99.99.
So at that price point, we're up against GHS 3 Series.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
In that realm, and you're sitting between the two different TC Electronic ranges, basically.
Yeah.
And some Boss stuff.
What else is in that ballpark? I feel like there's one more.
Behringer?
MXR?
No. MXR's a little bit more.
MXR new is in that like 150 to 180 range, usually. The overdrive stuff can be down to like 130, close to 100.
Dan Electro? Like the Millionaire series?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Those were in that ballpark, weren't they?
I don't know. The Millionaire was cheaper than that, or the Billionaire series. I got all those. I bought the whole series for like $300. Yeah.
So yeah, it's an interesting spot in the market because there are undercutting some of the more traditional players.
I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say one of the initial thoughts I had was, should Fender do a Squire line of pedals?
No. I believe they've done that before. They've done Squire products outside of guitars, and they were absolute ass.
I'm trying to think, like, other than amps, what have they done that weren't?
They did I'm pretty sure they did a line of pedals.
I don't remember that. That's crazy.
It could have been a dream I had, but I think they did. So this is the thing. This is what I can see with this line, and this is what's going to make this line work. They're going to put these in every Guitar Center.
Mm-hmm.
Some guy's going to walk in, some 55, 65-year-old man who's like, all these kids with these pedals. Well, Fender's making it, and I trust Fender, and they're going to buy it because it's under $100.
Or it'll be the kid that's like buying a Squire and it's like, I would really like to use some pedals. What should I do?
I think that's where, like, I think Scott mentioning a Squire line of pedals would work, but the thing is Fender should just put their name on it because it's going to be, no matter where, those pedals are probably going to be made overseas because they're not.
I'm guessing these are. I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, 100%. They have to be, unless you've got like some kid in like his grandpa's basement building these, but. There's no way that they could do these for under $100 and not be overseas. But the thing about, that's the big thing with Fender and Squire is Fender is USA and Mexico, and like Squire's where you're starting to get a lot like farther, like overseas. Like, is Mexico considered overseas? I mean, it's not really. It's across the border.
It's import.
Yeah, over the river and through the woods.
So the thing about the Squire line of pedals is it's really going to be difficult for them to make them much cheaper than they've made these.
Right.
Without sacrificing things they can't afford to sacrifice. And by that I mean, when you see the $30 Donner pedals and whatever, like if those break, like they're broke. Like, you're not going to get customer service to fix that for you. I don't know about Donner specifically.
I just saw someone have a total like meltdown over Newx.
Oh, they just expected them, like that's what you're sacrificing with those brands, is you're not going to get that kind of customer service you would expect from a bigger brand or a boutique brand. You're going to get underserved, and you have to be comfortable with the fact that those were probably manufactured in less than favorable conditions.
Right. So the guy was complaining he had a new X, I think it was just an OD pedal. He had it for a year. And he was on the talking to people to Nuex based in California, and they're like, "Oh, you need to talk to." And he said it took him days to get someone on the phone. And they're like, "Oh, you have to talk to the service department," and he can't get anyone on the phone there. It's like that's the stuff, like you said, that's what we're sacrificing. Like, yeah, you can get it cheap and fast, but you're sacrificing the service, you're sacrificing the quality. It's just like food.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
fast and hot. You got to pick one or the other.
Well, it's the Little Caesars. Have you
Hot
tried
and
Hot
ready?
and Ready? Was it
Hot
good?
and ready.
It's hot and ready.
And ready.
never. There's only one rule. Put your shirt back on. There's no rules. That's the best commercial of all time.
So
right next to Cootie Queen and Lint Liquor.
Yeah.
Where you come?
I mean,
speaking of,
put it this way, dude. I mean, think about any company. When was the last time you had a company on the phone?
I was talking to my Sweetwater rep yesterday, and he called me daddy.
Fair enough. But that's such a rarity that you can actually call any company and get them on the phone.
That's one thing I got to say, like, mad respect and love to Sweetwater. Like, they will like harass you like a obsessed ex-girlfriend when you first like get to know them, until you're like, listen, I need my space, you need your space, I'll call you when I'm ready. And they're like, oh, okay, gotcha. Mm-hmm. But like that's the thing with, like, I love it. You call, they're like, hey, do you want to talk to someone now, or do you want to like wait a couple seconds and wait for your rep? And of course I'm going to sit there and wait, because that's my boy. Like, and even when my rep before him was like, that was my guy that I was able to call and just chat for a little bit and then order something. Mm-hmm. It's one or the other. You don't have to sacrifice it, because there's times when I don't want to talk to someone. There's times when I want to Amazon Prime that. Listen, I'm going to admit this, Blake. I Amazon Primed some Stringjoy strings, which, I mean, it's still good for Stringjoy, but like, I didn't go through the website because like Amazon Prime was like, we can have them there tomorrow. And I was like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I sacrificed a little bit of like, getting a hold of Stringjoy and or ordering through Stringjoy and all that. But like, I still got it. Like, we have that choice. And that's the thing too. Like, it's not one or the other. I think it's good to have both options in the world. Sometimes you just need a hot and ready.
You know what's also good to have lots of options on? Guitars featuring gold accents.
Yeah, I do like gold accents.
Which Squire went all out with gold for their 40th anniversary collection.
Look at that. Would you look at that? I mean, just look at it. Oh, they can't, because it's an audio podcast.
No, they can't look at this. However, we got a 40th anniversary Telecaster that is a black with gold hardware and an anodized guard and block inlays.
I love that. I love that. Love it. Love it.
We've got the 40th anniversary Strat. Does the same sort of deal, but with a blue body, which is gorgeous. You got 40th anniversary Jazzmaster with an anodized guard. I think that's going to sell like crazy. And you got 40th anniversary P bass and jazz bass. These anodized guards are going to be so good.
I didn't see the bass. Ooh, I'm going to need that jazz bass, I think. Look at that. Woo! That's nice.
So
even on the non-gold one though,
it's a black anodized, yeah.
Yeah, that black, like that really dark burst. It's like not really a burst, but it looks awesome with the black guard. Oh man, that's speaking my language.
I think you'd call that a two-tone burst.
Yeah, I can go with that. Two-tone burst.
Yeah. So all of this is just coming in just around $600, which is pushing up the price point of Squires a bit, but at the same time, I'd be hard pressed to turn any of these down. These all look fantastic.
They really do. Wow. That black telly is probably the king for me as far as aesthetics go. The black and gold, just that looks like it should be more than $600. Like, take the logo off, slap Fender on it, and I'm saying that's a $2,500 guitar aesthetically.
Yeah, I think I hate to say it this way, but I think the market on Jazzmasters is fading. Where if they released that model, because I mean 3 years ago it would have been just broken the internet.
I don't think it's fading. I think Jazzmasters are just finally becoming ubiquitous instead of the less mainstream option. That's what I think
That's fair.
they've done.
I just feel like so many people have bought oh gosh, what's his name?
Jay
Mascis, Jazzmasters,
Yeah.
for that anodized guard and the pickups. So just they're going to be ridiculous. But you know what? Of all the Squires that came out, I think is going to sell the best.
What
is the new baritone classic vibe Telecaster?
Oh man, yes, please. I love baritone. Baritone's the only tone.
What is that? What is the baritone that you got? That one? It's absolutely gorgeous.
I have a couple baritones.
No, it was the really nice one that I can't remember. It like has a metal look to it. Is
that the millimetric?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, the millimetric. Yeah, I do love that millimetric.
The thing is gorgeous.
My Grez though, I think is the one. I love the millimetric. Has the best neck I've ever played, ever. But the Grez Mendocino has such a unique sound. I find myself picking that up like literally almost every day. It's so cool. Oh, I'm looking at it right now. It's beautiful. Anyway, sorry. That's not what we're talking about.
This episode is just Blake looking at his guitar, sighing heavily.
But yeah, that Squire baritone genuinely looks very, very cool.
$500 price point. It's basically a classic vibe, double bound.
Whew.
How long do you think this is gonna? Do you think this is gonna sell out pretty fast? Do you think? So here's the thing. So Blake,
It's
you're
gone.
more.
It's already gone. That's what I say.
Yeah, I mean, you're more in that baritone world than I'd say Scott and I are.
I have a
But
baritone.
Well, yeah, but barely. It's acoustic, right?
No, it's an electric baritone.
Okay, never mind. Acoustic electric? No,
It's a converted Schecter. It's still a normal scale
oh, it's
length,
the Schecter. Is it the C1?
It's a C1 Classic. I turned it into a baritone thanks to some String Joy custom sets.
Okay, the conversion is not the same as a real one, anyways. But,
Okay,
all right,
dude.
listen.
Okay, whatever.
All right.
Anyway, what were you gonna say?
So, have you seen? It seems like there's been a very big. I don't know if I've just been more aware of it, but it seems like the baritone world has kind of really picked up, especially with like, was it Ariel Posen or
Posen? Ariel Posen? Yep.
Ariel Posen. Sorry.
Yeah.
But especially, I mean, well, you know a lot about that, with your String Joy family.
Yeah.
And, like,
I mean, technically, he doesn't play a baritone either.
No, he plays a 25.5.
I'm walking
Tuned to
away
open
now.
C.
Y'all have fun. Whatever.
And I have played his guitars set up like that, and I'm like, I get it. This is cool.
Well, do you know who does play baritone?
Me.
Stained. It's been a while. Sorry.
Do we have to talk about that, man? Do we have to?
We don't have to, but
I personally,
DS really wants to.
I enjoy Stained. I saw them live. They're fantastic. I thought they were great. But besides, as long as Aaron Lewis doesn't open his mouth, I'm usually pretty good.
That's going to be difficult because he's got to sing in the band. So
well, I'm talking about like just talking in general.
Oh yeah, that would be nice.
Sing, monkey, sing. All right. So let's move on. What happened? Did Fender not Did they not get the message that NAMM got moved?
That's the thing. NAMM. The reason NAMM's releases all came out at this time is because the sales cycle still exists
for the big brands.
Yeah.
I think a lot of man, they really are crushing it with these releases, though. These all look so good.
They're good. Like I'm not mad. I'm just kind of like everything we've gone down. It's like Fender.
This Jaguar is woo.
Well, I mean, last week was the Paul Reed Smith dump. I mean, we saw everything from them, or maybe that was 2 weeks ago.
No, you just kept looking at the Silver Sky SEs. You just kept looking at those.
Yeah.
You know who doesn't have a signature guitar, and I've like kind of been like curious about it, is Mike from Incubus.
I thought he did.
I don't think he did.
Well, the PRS hollow body never really became a thing. Then he stopped playing them, and then
because he played that was a McCarty 2 semi hollow.
Yeah, and then it wasn't a full hollow body. It was.
Oh, it might have been. No, it was full hollow body with piezo.
Yeah, it was thick. And then he went through his offset Fender before it was cool vibe, and now he's Music Man.
Albert Lee's.
Yeah.
So he's got wrist problems, and he said those are the only guitars that he can like play continuously that really don't hurt his wrist.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder why that. What about it and Albert Lee makes that possible?
It's probably the shape. I mean, the Ernie Ball necks are very small in comparison to a lot of these thicker brands. So that was what he said, was he used to play really thick necks. Like if you play a PRS like a McCarty 2, it is a chunky thing. Like
he played 13s too for a long time.
Right. So like he went hard for a very long time. And then he moved to Fender, which is smaller. And then I mean Ernie Ball. I mean, I don't know if the last time you played an Ernie Ball. But they really have what feels like, compared to, like, I played Gibsons a lot, and then I go to an Ernie Ball, I'm like, this thing is like a baby. They're very comfortable to play. Like I want a Luke 3 so bad.
You know what is also really comfortable to play? Jaguars.
Oh, okay.
Which Fender came out with two limited edition Jaguars for their 60th anniversary for that model.
I'm not even
Give me that Lux one. I want that Lux one. Give it to me. That's
so
beautiful.
First off, there's a 60th anniversary Jaguar, which has the mute. It has all the features that you're used to: short scale, traditional bridge, nitro, all the fun stuff.
Block inlays,
binding. Actually, was binding on a Jaguar a normal thing? That was a Jazzmaster thing, wasn't it?
I don't think Jags traditionally had neck binding, actually. I know, and Jazzmasters didn't always, but they did occasionally.
Yeah,
I could be wrong about that, but
this one's coming in at $2,500, which that's about where things are at in that market these days. And then they have the 60th anniversary American Ultra Lux Jaguar.
It's so beautiful. It's so pretty.
So we got wide range double tap humbuckers, full coil splitting. It's actually a 25.5-inch scale instead of the shorter normal scale. Compound radius from 10 to 14 inches. Tapered heel. And comes in at, what is it, $2,500, same price?
I want to grab that thing and do the Ariel Posen thing to it. Put 17s on it, tune it down to B, and rock and roll. I bet it would slay like that. Also
important thing, it's a string through with whatever they call, do they call it the Adjustomatic bridge?
I think they call it an Adjustomatic. It's a TOM.
It's a TOM bridge instead of the traditional vibrato. So it's going to be a more stable instrument for your rockers out there.
And it's just hot. Ooh, I like that one. So Fender's crushing it right now.
Fender. And do we have any more? We have more Fenders.
It's like all Fender down to. Let's skip. We've given enough Fender. That's
Thank you. I've totally gotten like ADD. I'm watching Mulan too over
the
here.
Japanese vintage reissues are also all stunning and good looking.
All right, that's cool, awesome. And then they had acoustics. That's great. And then the frontman guitar amp. That's cool too.
I did not look at the frontman. I'm hoping it's better because I just never associate good things with a frontman.
If it's not $50, then you lost me. All right, so I guess this is still considered a Fender, but whatever. EVH drops the new 5150 Super Strats and Wolfgang electric guitars for 2022.
I feel like this has been done.
No,
no one's ever made a Super Strat. What are you talking about?
All this is fucking spinning on his legacy, Eddie Van Halen's legacy.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I mean, the Wolfgang WG comes in at like $700. That's actually pretty affordable.
I gotta backpedal. That green one looks cool.
It looks cool. Here's the deal, though. Unless I saw him like playing one of these, or like they like literally like said he was like designing these, not just throwing things together that remind us of Eddie Van Halen. Oh, we put a red kill switch on it. Okay,
so our Wolfgang's now locked in Gibson trajectory where they can never change now because we're locked in. It has to be an Eddie guitar.
I feel like
here's the thing though. Yes, is I'm not 100% sure about this, but I'm pretty sure his family is still involved.
I don't care.
So no, I do care because like as if Wolfgang, his son, is like benefiting from this, I'm okay with it. That's fine.
They could benefit the same by putting out just classic Wolfgang.
Boring.
Diaz, remember you couldn't buy one of these for like the last 2 years because they all sold out. So seeing new models and ramping up is actually a really big deal for people who have been holding out for one of these things.
Okay.
Yep. And I don't know if you've played one of these. They're a great guitar. They really are.
Yeah, I mean that's cool, but like I feel like it's the Dimebag thing. Just slapping his name on it doesn't make it the whole thing with the EVH brand was, I mean, he did it through Fender, but it was his stuff. It was EVH.
I mean, it still has all the EVH stuff. It's just new finishes.
I'm talking about the Super Strat and all that. Like, no,
the 5150 guitar.
Yeah, like
seeing that. But he did play Super Strats. That's the thing.
Okay, he played like a few, and then
his most iconic guitar is a Super Strat. What are you talking about?
But once he moved to that Wolfgang body style, he didn't go back.
Maybe he would have. Who knows? I don't know, but they made that Wolfgang one in a nice, what do they call in that color?
Like the pastel green that you're looking at?
Yeah, the satin surf green. That's nice.
Yeah, no, that look, I can handle that, different colors of that model, but okay, even then, this Super Strat style, like the Super Strats he played were what? The Bumblebee, the Frankenstrat.
He played lots of them. He played like so many.
Yeah, he also played a Steinberger. Do we want to just start putting out Steinberger Eddie Van Halen's?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
When did Eddie die?
Right. 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
Because the 5150 came out years ago.
Yeah, it came out in the night. Or like, the 5150 guitar?
Yeah.
The Super Strat style.
Yeah. This is just a new version of it.
I don't know about that.
I'm looking at press releases from 2000 of these things being come out.
The year 2000?
The year 2020, sorry.
Okay, when in 2020?
April 2020.
All right, hold on 1 second. When did Eddie Van Halen die? October 6th, 2020.
So this happened during his lifetime. It's not spitting on his grave. It's just new finishes of guitar.
I don't like. Okay.
Wait, it's got a Kramer headstock on it, by the way.
Okay. You don't have to rub my nose in it.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, I think it's hilarious.
I'm the dog who gets beat. Rub my nose and shit. All right.
It's hilarious that they're getting upset about an Eddie Van Halen company releasing Super Strats when that's what he was most known for in most people.
Yeah, but he didn't use like that. He didn't. I don't know.
He used it for most of his career.
All I have to say is, how dare Gibson come out with a green finish Les Paul? Because that Les Paul is rolling in his grave.
Les Paul would never do that.
I fucking quit this podcast. This is a stupid podcast. This podcast is dumb. I'm gonna go hang out with Ian. He's less stressful than you two ganging up against me.
You haven't hung out with Ian very much.
Yeah. Oh, I spent what 5 days with Ian. I'm good. I sent Ian. So if you want to take a second and go to patreon.com/theeffectsloop, you can join our Patreon. And if you give $5 or more, you get in a really cool little chat group where you get to see like stupid memes that I send. And one of them was like a person who doesn't know how to sit on a couch, and they use the name Ian, and I sent that to Ian, and it was
I sent it to Ian too.
Yeah, I sent it first.
Didn't know how to sit on a couch,
and his reply to me was, I sit like that every week.
Yeah, that's exactly what he sent to me. I was like, oh my gosh. All
right, you want to talk about some new Charvels?
Are you talking to me? Because I'm just going to complain that.
Are you just going to be mad about another Super Strat and rolling?
Charvel didn't sign off on this color variant. Wow. Is that about right?
You're lucky you've got more listeners than us.
No, he's earned it. He's earned it.
Oh yeah. Listen, if you ever want to have your mind blown, sit and talk with Blake about like Instagram algorithms and stuff. He schooled me for like 10 minutes, and I was like, when I walked away, I was just like, I am so dumb, just in general.
And then now it's all changed. So that's. Cool.
I know. Well, so that's when we talked. We talked right whenever the change was happening, and you were like, I'm trying to figure it out. You're like, I used to have it,
and now it's changed like 3 times. So.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's constantly changing. So it's constantly throwing it at the wall and sees what sticks. Guys, this is kind of weird, but we need to pick like a couple more of these because I gotta go.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I hate to be that guy, but like I'm getting the bat signal from my lady.
Oh, hello, the lady. Mm-hmm. I've met the lady.
You have?
I did.
at Stringjoy.
Yeah. She didn't make it to the Airbnb, did she?
She did.
Oh yeah. Okay, she
Oh.
did that. That's when we got hot chicken.
Yeah, she hung out and ate hot chicken, and my kid was there, and then she took the kid and left.
Yeah. And then yeah.
And then
Thanks,
it
Ryan.
happened. Then it
Thanks,
happened.
Ryan. Listen, I want to point out that I'm pretty sure that audio is gone forever thanks to my divorce. So, let's see. I want to talk about this. So we've got a new, something new this week in Harley Benton.
Harley Benton.
Yeah. So we love
Who's
Harley
that?
Benton over here.
Who's Harley Benton? Who was that guy?
He's rolling over his grave because his new finish on this guitar.
Screw you guys. I'm going home. All right. So Harley Benton brings the satin black back. So this is about what 107 pounds is like $150. Active SPK guitar. I love stealth black guitars. I don't know why. I think it started honestly with the Fender Aerodyne series and just kind of went from there.
I feel that. I have a thing for it too, even though it's kind of impractical because it will definitely get messed up faster. But I love it anyway, and I don't care.
Yeah, I want a Fender Aerodyne really bad. And that's also like a Tom Morello thing.
That's
Soul
true.
Power guitar.
That
Like,
thing's cool. Yeah.
They when they put out the Soul Power guitar, I really wanted it. Yeah, but you heard that price correctly. Like $150. You just got to pay for shipping. That's where they.
Yeah, you're gonna add another $60 for shipping. But yeah,
one time Scott accidentally bought a Harley Benton guitar on air.
Accidentally.
yeah.
He was trying to figure out the shipping.
I put it in my cart to figure out how much shipping would be, and I was gonna bail out before it was like official, and it just went through. And then they called me a day later, being like, "So how are you gonna pay for this?" And I'm like, "Usually you gotta put payment in before the order's complete."
Hey, German, wouldn't they be a little more aggressive? How do you want to pay for this?
It was via email, but it wasn't in all caps, so I have no idea.
Was it in all caps?
Nope.
You're just like 9. Sorry.
Nine.
My dad was born in Germany. I can make these jokes, people. It's okay. The last name Diaz is just to throw people off. That's because I'm from Florida and I had to be ambiguous. Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this up.
All right.
I've pulled some of the best segues out in this episode that I've ever performed, and
yes,
I'm done. I'm out. I got nothing left.
You did well. Thank you.
I can't land that one.
Thank you for your service.
All right. We appreciate your time and effort, sir. All right. So big shout out because he's got to go to Blake from the Toma podcast. If you haven't heard of it and you've heard of us,
enjoy your listener bump, Blake.
Yeah. All 2.5. I don't know how you got a half out of us, but that's probably what
I'll take the half. That's fine.
Yeah, half whole. And then so go check out the Toma podcast if you haven't already. I still doesn't make my work in my brain. What's some other cool stuff you want to plug that you're like dealing with? I mean, Stringjoy, they used to be a sponsor of the podcast, and we still love them.
We're still affiliated with them.
Still affiliated.
We do have the affiliate link. #affiliate link. Check out theeffectsloop.com for our affiliate link. You know.
There you go. Anything I want to plug is just a reminder to pay attention to the Big Ear Pedals socials and stuff and mine as well if you want. 9th. But February 9th is going to be a big, juicy day. So
February 9th. No, I don't think that works. No, let's not do that.
That doesn't work. No.
Sorry about that, Blake. Are we gonna have to not be able to put this podcast out now too?
No,
probably.
We're good.
Probably. All right. Well, thank you, Blake, for joining us. For everyone else, you can go to theeffectsloop.com. It's got links to all of our cool little things, our Facebook group, our Instagram, YouTube, our Patreon. Big shout out again to Big Ear Pedals. We're going to just keep talking about Big Ear Pedals. Go to bigearpedals.com, especially starting February 9th, where there's going to be something really cool on there.
Oh, yeah. Thank you guys for having me. This was fun, even though I made fun of you the whole time. It's still fun.
That's what these are.
Yeah, it's just pretty much like hour-long roasts of. It just depends on who's in the crosshair that week.
Usually, it's always you.
Yeah, I try to make myself feel better. All right. Well, I'm gonna go cry. But for the effects loop, I'm Diaz.
I'm Blake.
I'm Scott.
And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Blake, you guys say bye.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, we
Bye.
can't end the episode.
Okay, see you guys later. Bye. I can't.
We refer to that as the Ian rule, that Diaz must be able to talk over you in some way, shape, or form.
I'll put a fuzz. I'll run this through some sick effects pedals. Don't make me stupid.
Oh my gosh, please! It'll be like Hysteria from the Muse. Get that like DS1 and just run it through that.
I think that would be the first appropriate use of my Benson from Pelican.
Nice.
Reverb with fuzz trails. That would be.
You mean
great on
Benford?
vocals.
You mean Benford?
What did I say?
Benson.
Benson. Yeah, that's not right.
I was like, when'd you get a Benson?
I have a Benson fuzz in my.
Okay, let's stay
drill right
focused.
now.
Blake has shit to do.
I do. And it's not Wordle.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is, and at this point, I'm too afraid to ask.
Yeah, I just found out on the last podcast, and I'm like, I'm not doing that.
It's a word a day puzzle that everyone does.
I'm just gonna guess penis every day and see how long it takes for me to get it right.
It was Helix in one of the days. That was kind of fun.
All right. So Blake, have you ever like? I know you've been on like before, but it's been a minute. Do you remember how we did the intro?
No.
All right. So I'm gonna say welcome to the effects loop. I'm Diaz. You're gonna say I'm Blake, and then Scott's gonna go. And then I'll do our tagline at the end. And then
I don't think I've been on. Have I been on with you, Diaz? I can't remember.
I usually only call you when Diaz is out. So
that's right.
Yeah. So like it's a first for everyone today. You know.
Yeah,
have you guys ever met before?
We have.
Oh, listen. This man has taken me outside and has said you cannot release that.
Yep, I did.
Okay.
That was a legit conversation that happened. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was. There was too much bear dick talk on that one.
Oh my gosh.
There was so much bear penis.
Did you hear the song I sent into 60 Cycle Hum though? So one week I sent in a song and I said, I'm in a secret group with Ryan and Steve, and Ryan was like, hey, like if anyone sends in a song, we're not going to listen, just put it on. I went right then and recorded a 60-second song that was just me playing guitar and like singing facts about animal genitalia.
Oh wow, that's like
And the best part was I watched the YouTube, and the live react to it was Ryan Steve realizing what happened because Steve wasn't there and like laughing about it, and Ryan just like kind of putting his head down like, I fucking deserve this. I can't remember the episode and I really am upset. Like I want to find it, but
he did deserve it. That's funny.
Yes, he did. This will never, literally the conversation, this will never work. No, it worked last year. No, it'll never work. No, it worked last year. He's like, no, I'll make sure it doesn't work. And he made sure it didn't work.
He did. He made sure. It was going to work. It was going fine.
Yeah. And then here comes Ryan with the bear dicks.
Yep.
I feel like that should be a shirt. Here comes Ryan with the bear dicks.
Like what spelled how though?
Oh, just bear dicks. Like B-A-R. No.
B-A-R-E.
No, because then we're gonna make 60 Cycle Hum into a group that I really don't think it needs to be. It's bad enough with the fucking Joe Rogan stuff right now.
We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that.
Oh no, that's fine.
Let's go.
All right. Are we recording, Scott?
We've been recording.
Oh gosh.